Some will even go out of their way to see you fail. Learn to be sufficient and realize you are immortal. Who will suffer horribly later if you don't? Become independent and resourceful. Stop worrying about what other people think. Honestly, who gives a shit? Keep to yourself. Stay away from idiot stupidity is contagious. Your friends want you to do good, but not better than them. Rest don't care. Learn how to say fuck it and mean it. Don't say yes to everyone to make them comfortable. Check with yourself too before you commit. Many people don't like you, especially if they see you as a competition. Rule your life with your mind, not with your feelings. Every bad decision we have made in life, there was more emotion in it than there was mind. Every single one. Always listen to your gut. Somehow it knows many things that you wouldn't expect. Know your worth. Never put yourself in the bargain bin, or that's where others will value you. Time truly flies. Be grateful always because it can always be worse. Live like there's no tomorrow and do what you love. The money will flow. Don't get bogged down in regrets. No one is perfect. Don't chase happiness. Just stay positive and you will experience joy. Pay close attention to those who say they love you, because so often they don't. They only use you. Trust in yourself and your first instinct on decisions. Lower your expectations. Having high expectations of yourself and of others is a recipe for chronic dissatisfaction in life. Focus on you people come and go. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. Sometimes the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision. Loneliness is the price you pay when you start to improve yourself. Be proud you survived the days you thought you couldn't. Not everyone will like you, that's life. Stop telling people everything. Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. Be kind, but don't let people use you. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for something you are not. Don't go broke trying to impress broke people. Stay away from people who make you feel lonely. No company is better than a bad company. Make peace with your past, so it won't screw up the present. Don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about. Never underestimate the power of stupid people. No one is going to figure out your life. It's your responsibility. When nothing can go wrong, it will. If you are a so-called nice guy, you will be screwed up in the worst possible way you can ever think of. You will be pulled down out of jealousy. Don't get surprised, it's normal. A bad phase of your life can start at any time. Most of the time you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Don't make one person the center of all your happiness. Don't make them the reason why you are happy, because once that person walks away from your life, you're left with nothing. Trust wisely and not blindly. Your friends' problems become your problems. The smaller your circle, the less bullshit you have to deal with. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you work on you for you. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the ones worth suffering for. Be proud of how hard you are trying. Don't look back, you are not going that way. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. Work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. At your lowest, you realize a lot. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. This is your world. Shape it, or someone else will. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed. Easy to get into, but hard to get out of. No one is too busy, it's only a matter of priorities. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. The best thing I ever did was stop telling people what's going on in my life. Who without knowledge pretends to be knowledgeable, he is sick. Tell me and I will forget, show me and I may remember. Involve me and I will understand. Care about what other people think. And you will always be their prisoner. Getting something done is like digging a well. You can dig a well 70 feet deep, but if you don't hit water, it's just an abandoned well. Even a loss can turn into a profit. Striving for success without hard work or profit can turn into a loss. The feeling of right or wrong is the beginning of wisdom. There is no crime greater than having too many desires. There is no disaster greater than not being content. There is no misfortune greater than being covetous. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. Be attentive to your thoughts. They are the beginning of actions. Is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. To complain about an unpleasant thing is to double the evil. To laugh at it is to destroy it. You can always rise above those who offend you by forgiving them. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. The truth is not always beautiful. Never force, don't beg, and don't chase. Nor are beautiful words the truth. People are distressed by their inability to do it. The problem, however, is simply that they don't do it. You are controlled by the one who makes you angry. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. Never say never. Life is like a book, some chapters are sad. Because the days go by so fast. And nothing stays the same. Your life is what your thoughts make it. We gain by losing, lose by gaining. No matter how busy you may think you are. You must find time for reading. Or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. Happiness is when you are understood. Great happiness is when you are loved. Some are happy, but all are necessary for the real happiness is when you love. Temperance is the first step of virtue. Which is the beginning of moral perfection. Sometimes we see a lot, but do not notice the main thing. The snow goose needs neither need to make itself white, but be yourself. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. If you lack faith, then existence does not believe in you. Learn how to change a flat tire on your vehicle. What is evil to one at one time, at another time I have to just somebody 3 things to teach simplicity, patience. Compassion, these 3 are your greatest treasures. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. The way is near, but men seek it in easy things. But men seek for it in difficult things. New beginnings are disguised as painful endings. If you don't value your time, neither will others. Forget injuries, never forget kindness. So the unwilling soul sees what's hidden, and the ever-wanting soul sees only what it wants. There is beauty in everything, but not everyone can see it. The way of truth is like a great road. It is not difficult to know it. The evil is only that men will not seek it. A man must not be without shame. For the shame of being without shame. The strongest people are not those. Is shamelessness indeed. Be bent, and you will stay straight. Be empty, and you will remain complete. Be worn out, and you will stay. The man who chases to rabbits catches neither. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. A trail through the mountains, if used, becomes a path in a short time. Who show strength in front of us. But if unused, becomes blocked by grass in an equally short time. It is easy to hate, and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and detains without doing. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is powerless. But those who fight battles we know nothing about. Try your best to be as you would wish to be treated yourself, and you will find that this is the shortest way to benevolence. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. People of higher morality do not consider themselves moral. Therefore, they have the highest morality. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, the pain you feel today. This is called a mistake. A sage who wants to be above people puts himself below them. Wanting to be ahead of them, he becomes behind. The one who offends you takes away your negative energy and gives you his positive energy. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? Learn as if you are not reaching your goal. Will be the strength you feel tomorrow. and as though you were scared of missing it. If you were alone for a long time, soon you will accept loneliness. You will never know your potential. If you are afraid to be alone, you cannot open a book without learning something. A long absence of sex turns a person into a neurotic by remaining true to yourself without seeking to compare and compete. You will achieve universal respect. Turn your wounds into wisdom. If someone wants to offend you greatly, then it is even worse for him. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A great man clings to the essential. And leaves the insignificant. He does everything in truth, but he will never rely on laws. When writing the story of your life, worry not that no one knows. You seek to be worth knowing. If you aren't afraid of dying, there is nothing you can't achieve. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Whoever undertaking a business hurries too quickly to achieve a result will do nothing. He who carefully finishes his work as he began will not fail. Don't let anyone else hold the pen. The man who asks the question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The more you don't have sex, the less you want it. Truth uttered before its time is always dangerous. When true virtue is lost, good nature appears. When good nature is lost, justice appears. When justice is lost, decency appears. Don't put off important medical checkups. The rules of decency are only the semblance of truth, and the beginning of all disorder. If there is no dull and determined effort, there will be no brilliant achievement. To recognize your insignificance is empowering. Friendship is one mind in two bodies. He who knows the measure is satisfied with his position. Practice self-compassion. We are all human and everyone makes mistakes. Time heals almost everything. Give it time. A good laugh and a long sleep are the two best cures for anything. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for your peace of mind. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strengths. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. Work on you for you. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the ones worth suffering for. Be proud of how hard you are trying. Don't look back, you are not going that way. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world. Because even your own shadow leaves you. When you are in darkness, work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. At your lowest you realize a lot. Remember some of the best times of your life. Haven't even happened yet. This is your world, shape it or someone else will. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed. Easy to get into, but hard to get out of. No one is too busy, it's only a matter of priorities. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. The best thing I ever did was stop telling people what's going on in my life. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. Never force, don't beg, and don't chase. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. If nobody helps you, do it alone. Take your financial life seriously. Money is a defense to a lot of challenges. Be selfish with your time. A lot of people don't deserve it. What other people think of you is none of your business. You can't go back and change the beginning. But you can start where you are and change the ending, being alone. Gives us an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves. Sometimes you need to stop seeing the good in people and start seeing what they show you. Don't pretend to be better than you are. Live life at your own pace. Life is too short to waste time hating anyone. Your deepest, darkest moments may be the best thing that ever happens to you. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. If you don't ask, you don't get. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Life is unfair, but it's still good. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Don't trust words, trust actions. Do yourself a favor. Get rich. Life gets easier with money, not time. If you can survive your own thoughts, you can survive anything. If they don't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. Learn to heal without venting to everyone. To avoid disappointment, expect nothing from nobody. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust the process. Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. Avoid gossip at all costs, it's poison to your mind. The root of all suffering is attachment. Time always exposes what you truly mean to someone. Stress is temporary. But the lessons you learn from it can last a lifetime. If someone is trying to bring you down, they are already below you. Money isn't everything in life, but it can help you solve a lot of problems, no matter how smart, successful, and good-looking you are. Nobody likes arrogance. Humility is everything. Don't regret having a good heart. All good things come back and multiply. Don't feel guilty for doing what's best for you. Choose your friends wisely. The fastest way to become better is to surround yourself with better people. Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. No is one of the most powerful words in existence. Don't be a people pleaser. You'll be alone in the most difficult times of your life. These times will make you wise, mature and fearless. No matter how nice or respectful you are. Some people will still talk bad about you behind your back when you're working for someone else's dream. You sacrifice your own. No matter what good you do to people, they will only remember your mistakes. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. It's best to leave things at the right time, otherwise you are left with too many regrets and complaints. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weaknesses. Bad times are actually a boon, because they wake you up. To the good things you never paid attention to. If you are impatient, life will always be harder. Patience can do wonders. Trust is easy to build, but can be shattered in seconds. Worry doesn't take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Don't be afraid to make a hard choice. The hard choices are the best you end up making. The more you spend clinging to the past, the less likely your future will be any brighter. Action is 10 times more valuable than reading. And planning. Experience is the best teacher. There never exists a relationship without self-interest. In short, every one of us for sure is selfish. If you're not dating to marry, you're dating for a heartbreak. Let that sink in and be in a serious relationship. Yourself, because people can see if you don't. If you don't clear your misunderstanding in time, they become the reason for distance forever. Anyone you love can die anytime. Nothing is ever as easy as it seems. There is no better way to save yourself than saving money every day. Compound interest. Good things do come to those who wait and suffer. It might take time and be a long and rough road, but it's completely and totally worth it. Whether it's a machine, a house, or a relationship. Maintenance is always cheaper than repairing. Your respect at most places is directly proportional to your bank balance. We cry over people, but what about time? Time is also never going to come back. Time is everything, and one day, it will define you. Things that will count you. Your health and your achievements. You make the best decisions when in pain, because fear of experiencing the same pain again is the strongest motivator. At your life's darkest moments, you'll see the most clearly. The harder your past was, the more beautiful your future will be. You may not lead a comfortable life with a single source of income. You need to build others. Most of the stuff you worry about never happens. You attract what you are. Become better. To attract better. Learn to cook a few basic dishes. It's a valuable life skill. Patience is power. Sometimes you have to let go of something good to make room for something better. Never tolerate disrespect, not even from yourself. Listen more than you speak. For wisdom often comes from silence. Create and stick to a personal budget. Kindness is a language that the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. You can't start the next chapter of your life. If you keep rereading the last one, the best view comes after the hardest climb. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day, saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Never lose your sense of humor. Laughter is the best medicine for the soul. You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down. Always pay off your credit card debt. It'll save you trouble later. The best revenge is massive success. The more you give, the more you receive. The heart that shares is the heart that's full. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. The most valuable currency is not money, but time. Spend it wisely. A ship is safe in harbor. But that's not what ships are for. The way you treat others reflects who you are. Not who they are. It's not about having what you want, but wanting what you have. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take it and make it perfect. Believe in yourself and the rest will fall into place. Don't be afraid to take risks and try new things. Life is too short to always play it safe. Always take responsibility for your actions. For it is the mark of a mature individual. Take a deep breath. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Don't say someday, say now, for someday may never come. Donate to charity. Small acts change lives. A person who doesn't make mistakes doesn't make anything at all. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails to reach your destination. Someday, when things are okay, you'll look back and feel proud that you didn't give your old self. You've changed. If you don't let go of the wrong people, you'll never meet the right people. God knows when to send you exactly what you need. No regrets, just do better next time. There will always be someone who doesn't see your worth. Seek respect, not attention. It lasts longer. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Remember, some things have to end for better things to begin. Time always exposes what you truly mean to someone. Life will separate you from your friends. So appreciate each moment you have together. Being private. Staying low-key. And not telling everyone everything is self-care. Money is a tool, not the goal. Freedom is the goal. You are responsible for your own happiness. If you expect others to make you happy, you will always be disappointed. Do what no one else can do, and you will become what no one else can become. Stay calm. You've been through this before. You'll get through it again. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Value experience over possessions. Because memories are the real treasures of life. Accept what is, let go of what was. Have faith in what will be. So many people love you. Don't focus on the people who don't. You deserve it, the career, the love, the family. The peace, the life. Your vision will be blurry, but it will grow clear with time. Patience is your ally. Never forget who helped you in a difficult time. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anyone. No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. Sometimes you have to go through the worst to get the best. Be alone until you're valued. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. If you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything. Hard times will always reveal true friends. Better days are coming. You won't always wake up in the morning with a heavy heart. Your strongest muscle and worst enemy is your mind. Well. Don't react, cut them off silently. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. Don't ever let the same people disappoint you twice. Accept that some folks love to point fingers and blame others. You will be blamed for things you haven't done, and for things that haven't even happened yet. Stop complaining, whining, and nagging. It's wasted energy. Who's listening anyway? Realize you cannot control everything or everyone. But you can control yourself, and that's even better. Always move in your own direction, not according to society. Leave the house messy in the yard. Unmowed for the weekend. You will remember the fun, not the clean house or yard. Make time for fun. Learn to say no, be frugal, eat only real food, no wheat, and limit carbs. The more you know, the dumber you sound to stupid people. Pay attention to the negative signs that people give and immediately disconnect from them. It will save you a lot of pain and, more importantly, wasted time. Never take the responsibility that does not belong to you. Never sell out and trust your instincts. Also, most importantly, never take loved ones for granted. Have firm boundaries. And be discerning about who you let into your life. If you want to help yourself, find someone worthy to serve. Through service, you gain experience, contacts, and a reputation as a reliable and accountable ally. It is only through an apprenticeship that one becomes a master. Buy real estate, land, anything you can afford. The less possessions you own, the happier and less burden you will have in your life. Life is often very ambiguous sometimes. There isn't a right or wrong decision or choice. Things are not always completely clear. You may not get the answer, so you just have to wing it. Don't leave someone to teach them a lesson. Leave because you learned yours. Life is far from over, but it's very short. If you want to do something, don't delay. But don't sacrifice what you want for what you want right now. When in doubt, just take the next small step. Make and keep friends with the people you want to emulate, not the people that you think will be most likely to accept you. The people you associate with will shape your future. Be careful who you marry, and even more careful who you have kids with. Slow down and realize that mistakes are essential to learning anything. Get yourself together before you get any older. The older you are, the harder it is to change. No one cares except family. Start saving your money. Don't spend it on homes you can afford, fancy cars, and running your credit cards. In the end, you'll be much happier. Nothing is actually as bad as it seems, or as great as you think it will be. Take good care of your health. Without health, nothing will matter. No amount of money can bring you joy. If you are suffering, marry before 30. Have kids before 35. Work and earn actively and sufficiently till and before 40. Make passive income workable before 50. Plan to retire from work activity before 60. Do everything for family, but expect nothing from it. Not even from spouse. You'll never be sorry for telling someone you love them before it's too late. Save a little money every week or month. Nothing gives you happiness like a financial buffer. Believe it or not. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Be loyal or stay single. That's simple. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. Be grateful for the little things in your life. Defined inner peace. Do your best and trust the process. The harder you work, the luckier you will get. Never take anything personally. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. Be forgiving, be understanding, but do not be a fool. Never say maybe if you want to say no. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. Don't let success go to your head. Don't let failure go to your heart. The best way to respect yourself is to discipline yourself. If you are a giver, remember to learn your limits. Because the takers don't have any. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. Accept criticism, but never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret. When you are angry, stay silent. You have 3 choices in life. You can watch things happen, make things happen, or wonder what the hell happened. Stay strong even when things begin to fall apart. Stay strong. You're being judged no matter what. So be who you want to be. You don't have to win every argument, agree to disagree. No regrets, just lessons. No worries, just no expectations, just gratitude. Life is too short. The calmer you are, the clearer you think. The more you are interested in others, the more interesting they find you to be interesting. Be interested. If you are not falling down occasionally, you are just coasting. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poison. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. People change, love hurts, friends leave, things go wrong. But remember that life goes on. Learn to say no without explaining yourself. Be a good person, but never tell your friends your plans. Stop putting too much trust in them. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. If you want to be trusted, be honest. The only person that cares about your hopes and dreams is you. The only person that is going to make them happen is you. Forget what hurts you, but never forget what it taught you. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Even the nicest people have their limits. Your direction is more important than your speed. Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. Don't overshare. Privacy is power. Don't make a permanent decision. Based on temporary emotions. To be the best, you must be able to handle the worst. As long as you are alive, no obstacle is permanent. You learn nothing from life. If you think you're right all the time, stay patient. The best things happen unexpectedly. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness, bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons, and best
Life
days
is a
give
one-time
memories.
offer. You sit well.
Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. Free yourself from society's advice. Most of them have no idea of what they're doing. First it hurts, then it makes you stronger. Normalize walking some paths alone. Because goals are personal. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Life is short, live it. Love is rare, grab it. Anger is bad, dump it. Fear is awful, face it. Memories are sweet, cherish them. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Before you are old. Attend as many funerals as you can bear and listen. Nobody talks about the departed's achievements. The only thing people will remember is what kind of person you were. While you were achieving, have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. It is good to be generous, benign, and magnanimous, but there's a limit or you'll be taken for granted. Holding on to things will always make you more stressed. Things won't happen in a certain way. Just because you want them to happen that way. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Don't react in anger immediately, wait for it to subside. What's said or done in anger is irreversible. Don't overshare, privacy is power. Don't regret the past cause at that moment. You did your best. See people for who they are, not who you need them to be. Conclusions. Be discerning and let people show you their true colors. Never overlook contempt. When someone views you with contempt and talks to you like you're beneath them, they will likely do you harm, whether relationally, socially, or physically. Remove that person from your life. Never lend money, because you might lend it to friends for a few days, but retrieve it from fools for years. Never share your problems with friends. Before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is, don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. Just because you are going through hell right now doesn't mean you will never smile again. Pain is purely temporary. You spend all your health initially and then you spend all your wealth for one day of good health. Holding grudges will never harm people you hate, only you. Time defines you. You will not be defined well by anything other than time. Time is the most powerful force. How hard you fight, it will do what it wants to. The only constant in life is change. Embrace it and you'll grow. Say please and thank you often. You can't change the past, but can shape your future by learning from it. The heaviest burden we carry is the weight of our expectations. It's better to be alone than in bad company. When you stop chasing the wrong things, the right ones catch up. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. The best way to gain self-confidence is to do what you are afraid to do. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. The greatest risk is not taking one. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. You are confined only by the walls you build yourself. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Focus on what you can control. And let go of what you cannot. Take time to enjoy life's simple pleasures. It's in these moments that we often find the most joy. Give without expecting anything in return. The only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've come. You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. In the face of adversity, remember that diamonds are made under pressure. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. Do not let the shadows of your past darken the doorstep of your future. Do not postpone joy for the sake of the future. The morrow is promised to no one. The first step to getting anywhere is deciding you're not willing to stay where you are. Don't chase women. Instead, focus on your growth. Values and cultivating kindness. The right person will find their way to you at the perfect moment, without
Never
the need
bend
for
your
chasing.
head.
Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. One day or day one, you decide. Spend time with the elderly. Their wisdom and experiences are invaluable. Small circle private life. Sometimes we create our own heartbreaks through expectation. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes mean you're trying. Use things, not people. Love people, not things. Even the smallest lie can break the biggest trust. Be kind and generous, without expecting anything in return. Embrace solitude as a time for reflection and self-discovery. Not everyone you trust will be trustworthy. Don't be afraid to express vulnerability. Learn to handle rejection gracefully. It's a part of life. Breathe. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Things will get better, just wait. We have for problems: overthink, overtrust, overshare, overlove. You will be disappointed and heartbroken multiple times. But it's how you respond that matters. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. You've got to do what's right for you, even if it hurts some people you love. The days that break you are the days that make you. More moves and less announcements. Time never waits. It only urges you to catch up or get left behind. No relationship is worth damaging your mental health. Depend on yourself, never on others. Being too nice breaks you. Trust yourself. You've survived a lot, and you'll survive whatever is coming. You grow mentally weak. When your life is too comfortable. Sometimes loneliness is the price you pay for growth. You are who you are. Nobody's approval is needed. Learn from what people do, not from what they tell you. Expect nothing, and you will never get disappointed. Embrace every opportunity. Full regrets come from the chances we didn't take. If you can dream it, you can do it. Stop telling people more than they need to know. You meet every single person for a reason. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. Your past was never a mistake if you learn from it. Once you feel free, someone avoids you. Never disturb them again. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Some things are meant to cross your way, but are not meant to stay. Your direction is more important than your speed. Never fall in love with the same person twice, because the second time, you fall in love with the memories. Not the person. Perceive failure as a vulnerable teacher and a stepping stone to success. Celebrate small victories and milestones because they pave the way for bigger achievements. Whoever brings you the most peace should get the most time. Never be afraid to treat people the way they treat you. Just be real, it saves everyone's time. Never think twice about investments in yourself. They paid dividends for a long time. You need to stop the habit of doubting yourself. You can tell more about a person by what he says about others than you can by what others say about him. Your heart will tell you where to go. Your head will guide you there safely. Use one without the other, and you'll get lost. Life will only come around once. So do whatever makes you happy. You can't do big things. If you were distracted by small things, remember 5 years ago, you dreamed about being where you are now. Think about it. Not everybody wants to be your friend, and that's okay. You really don't want everybody as a friend anyway. You don't always have to be being and doing. It's really okay to just chill. Give back, even if it's donating your tag sale leftovers or handing a dollar bill over to someone less fortunate. Do it, it'll make you feel good. Everything happens for a reason, always. Do not fear getting hurt. You can't grow if you don't hurt. Don't ruin your health in order to earn money. You will end up spending your money to recover your health. And that is not reciprocal. Be kind to people without allowing them to take advantage of your good nature. Efforts never go in vain. How others see you is not important. How you see yourself means everything. The only way to live like a king is to work like a slave. Everything you need will come to you at the perfect time. You came into this huge world alone, and will go out of it alone. hence can make any impossible thing possible. By yourself only. If you punish the truth, expect to be lied to. You will look back at your life with much more regret for the things that you didn't do than for the things that you did. Things don't make us happy, experiences do. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are happy. Keep your mouth shut whenever you are sad. Stop comparing yourself with those who started 10 years before you. Focus on your own journey. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. If you waste money, you can earn it again. If you miss the moment, it can never be returned. Live life with opened eyes, ears, and heart. Strong people are always simple. You spend your first 20 years worrying what people think about you. You spend your next 20 years swearing that you don't care what people think about you. You spend the next 20 years realizing that they aren't thinking about you. Never let others know your weaknesses. Instead, always try to show up your positives. Don't tell your friends that you're happy. Don't make them angry. Don't tell your enemies that you're unhappy. Don't make them happy. Time flies. One day you are 30, the next you are 50. Plan now for what you want 50 to look like. If they spit at you behind your back, it means you're ahead of them. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. The disease of men is that they neglect their own fields and go to weed the fields of others. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. The journey of 1,000 miles we take begins with a single step to persuade others that we are happy, and endeavoring to think so ourselves. A healthy man wants 1,000 things. A sick man only wants one. Work on clearing your thoughts. If you do not have bad thoughts, there will be no bad deeds. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. Learn as if you constantly feel you lack your knowledge, and as if you are constantly afraid of losing your knowledge. Don't criticize your neighbor's roof for a lot of snow when your door is not clean. If you hate, then you have been defeated. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Appear weak when you are strong. Strong when you are weak. He who flatters a man is his enemy. He who tells him of his faults is his maker. To see what is right, to not do it is the worst cowardice. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. The person attempting to travel to roads at once will get nowhere. He who is satisfied with his lot is rich. The noble person uses things. The lesser man is used by things. A leader leads by example, not by force. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Man's nature is evil. Goodness is the result of conscious activity. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. To lead people, follow them. When anger rises, think of the consequences. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Get rid of the desire to have. The funniest people are the saddest ones. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Soft and weak wins over hard and strong. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby you can be the director of the opponent's fate. True words are not pleasant, pleasant words are not true. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Live for the praise of others, and you will become their prisoner. People in ancient times did not like to talk much. They considered it a shame for themselves not to keep up with their own words. You have to believe in yourself. There is nothing softer and more flexible than water. But try to resist it. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions. They become your habits. Watch your habits. They become your character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny. Great results can be achieved with small forces. The wise man avoids all extremes. Great is the man who has not lost his childlike heart. We accept advice and drops, but we distribute it in buckets. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. When people know a lot, it is difficult to manage them. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. Wheels of justice grind slow but grind fine. Man dies from birth. Study the past if you would define the future. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. Knowledge is the treasure and practices the key to it. You can overcome bad habits only today, not tomorrow. Who knows doesn't say, who speaks doesn't know. You can't trust a man who has nothing to lose. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Whoever talks a lot often fails. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will be weak everywhere. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward, in whatever way they like. Think of tomorrow, the past can't be mended. An enemy is a friend who knows too much about you. Victory over others gives strength. Victory over oneself gives fearlessness. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. Disorder came from order, fear came from courage, weakness came from strength. Do not seek, otherwise you will lose. Do not seek, and you will find. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. A skillful artist will not alter his measures for the sake of a stupid workman. Beware of sugar that is mixed with poison. Beware of the fly that sat on a dead snake. A man dies easily because he has too much will to live. Who does not know the evils of war? Cannot appreciate its benefits. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying I don't want to. A noble person blames himself, and an insignificant person blames others. Therefore, just as water retains no constant shape, when warfare, there are no constant conditions. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will be blunt. Friends are the siblings God never gave us. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. Every animal with blood in its veins and horns on its head will fight when it is attacked. The one who knows and pretends not to know is on top.